Hello team and welcome back to the studio. We are here to talk about the process programming open throwdown, and we are taking a deep dive into our leaderboards. We have 3 divisions: the scaled, the masters and the RX division. We are about to announce our overall winners of the 2023 competition. We will begin with the scaled division, then we'll move to the masters division, and we will finish with the RX category. We'll be starting with our males first, followed by our females. Before we do anything else, a massive thank you once again to our sponsors who helps and allows and supports us to make these kind of cool productions and shows and put on this awesome competition. So thank you to New Fitness Asia. Thank you so much to DreamPod and our supporting sponsors, Biltong Chief. We love you guys. We begin with our scaled male division. We're going to begin with the 3rd place. We're going to work our way to 1st place. In 3rd place, representing the Philippines, training out of Subterro over in Cebu, one of our affiliates, Mr. John Stace. Well done, John. Now, quick one to mention here is that we did have a tie between himself and Matteo Miassi. Now, Al, what do we do in the case of a tie?
We take the best finishers, or whoever has the most best finishers. So if somebody's placed first, they will then take that front spot.
So we look at the 2 scores from Matteo and John. John had 2 first place finishes in workouts, 23.2B and 23.3. And Matteo didn't have any first place finishes. His highest place finish was a 2nd place in the 2nd workout. So honorable mention to Matteo, fantastic work, but John, well done for wrapping up 3rd place. In 2nd place, also representing the Philippines, also training at Subterra. They've got some great athletes over there across all the divisions. Mr. Darwin Tabal, who had a tied 1st place on that final workout, but this was always a battle between the top 2 from the very beginning.
And it's very close.
And it is very close.
Yeah.
Al, take us away. Who wrapped up the scaled male division?
Drum roll. Big Jamie. That's who's in.
Jamie Tang, he represents Coastal, trains over here in Hong Kong. Actually, he's a teacher. He has a very nice gym at his school, and he's been doing most of his training for the last 3 to 4 months out there. But he's been coming in and joining the Coastal Fitness community on a Saturday to do the workouts. Jamie is an ex-rugby player. You won't believe it, seeing his success in the aerobic workouts, but he was a hooker, actually formerly a prop. So for those who know anything about rugby, it's quite impressive.
Beat me.
And yeah, very much looking forward to seeing Jamie's progress over next year. He's super committed and he's progressing very, very fast. So well done to our top 3 males in the scale division. We now move into the female scaled division.
Close.
We begin with 3rd place with 24 points. Representing Tetsuka over in Indonesia, Miss Alan Law. She finishes the open throwdown with 24 points. But really, the big showdown was between 1st and 2nd place. And all throughout this whole competition, these 2 have been trading places. Yeah. We once again had a tie for 1st place. And of course, this comes down to the highest number of higher placed finishers over the 4 workouts. Al, take us away in 2nd place.
We've got the sweet Samantha. You go ahead on that one.
Sweet Samantha Dakalan, who represents, once again, Subterra. That's her 3rd athlete now on the podium. Yeah. She's been in that top 2, top 3 throughout the entire 3 weeks. So well done, Samantha. Tied with her was Lenny Ratu, who represents Benkel, Tetsuka, once again, in Surabaya. So more of their athletes crushing the scale division. She had 3 first place finishes over the 3 weeks. The only result that kind of held her back a little bit was that thruster in 23.2B. So well done, Lenny, wrapping up the 1st place, and well done, Samantha, for a fantastic battle over the 3 weeks, wrapping up 2nd, and Alan wrapping up that 3rd. Now we move our way into the Masters division. Now remember, in our Masters division, we are classing Masters as anyone above the age of 35. Now we do know that there is a very large spread here. And so we have every intention in the future, as we have more athletes being a part of the process community, to be creating more divisions. So bring all your older friends, team, to the process. So next year we can have more than just 1 division here. We will start with the Masters males. Al, I'm going to give you the pleasure of announcing 3rd place, because I know he's a very special man, plays a special role in your life.
First off, I just want to give a massive shout out to Chris for pulling this one out the bag in this final week of competition here.
Well done, Chris.
But in 3rd place, our very own Mr. Small Knees Ed Haynes.
One big knee. Thank you, Al.
No problem,
I will say it was a fantastic battle with Mr. Chris Toison. I think first place, Cam Curry, was in a world of his own. Oh, my God. In a world of his own throughout this entire 3 weeks. Myself and Chris, who have competed many a time together on this Process Pro Going Open Throwdown, we were tied in second place going into this final week. We both decided last minute to redo the workout. I think we both had the same score the first time round. Mr. Chris Toison hit 2 snatches at 185-pound bar, and I only hit 1.
Got him by 1.
Well done, Chris. So third place myself with 17 points, and in second place with 16 points, Mr. Chris Toison, 37 years old now, father of 2, a very, very busy man. We've had him on the podcast. He shared his story. It's a great, rich story. Yep. Super cool to see his continued progress over the last 3 years and a really, really epic CrossFit Open for him. So I just want to say massive shout out, Chris. We see all the hard work you're doing, and it's really cool to see it all come to fruition in competition time. And in first place, country miles ahead of anyone else, Mr. Cam Curry. For those that don't know, Cam has competed at the semi-final regional level for multiple years. He's a seasoned competitor with a US military background. He has also been a great guest on the podcast. He has now transitioned into our build program, so he isn't really pushing competitive CrossFit anymore, but it looks like he still has a ton of fitness inside of him. So
very consistent across all of the weeks as well.
I think he's a man who has very little holes in his game. So fantastic work, Cam, on wrapping up first place in the males masters category, and that's your 3-2-1. Fantastic work, guys. Now we move into our masters female category. And so my first apology about the ages and only having one category should really be an advantage to the younger masters, or what we call the baby masters. But when we dive into this leaderboard, we're going to see that we have some of the ladies in the older divisions performing exceedingly well over the 4 weeks. So in third place, we have Miss Annalie Svensson. She's been doing her CrossFit Open over in Thailand at the moment. She's had a bit of a break from a normal home in Sweden. She's been with the process now for a good couple of years. She's just come back from an operation. We've talked about that over the last couple of weeks. So I know she was licking her lips when she saw this last workout. She loves the handstand push-up, and she loves the heavy barbell. So Annalie wrapping up third place. Fantastic work, Annalie. We move to second place. Al?
Our very own Steph Fork, 10 points across the 3 weeks.
Also really cool, to see her back in the competitive arena. She's been popping out babies the last few years, and to see her back doing the CrossFit Open and doing a fantastic job. She kind of made a statement to say that she wants to be doing harder competitive style things with her CrossFit, and super cool to see her bounce back into CrossFit Open and perform really well.
It's cool to see someone take a bit of a break and then come back into the sport and be able to commit to things fully as well, which is cool. Obviously lifestyle factor changes and stuff. It's cool to see that.
Yeah. So well done, Steph. And in first place, 4 points clear. Really, she dominated over the 4 weeks. Lee Coates was super excited about this. Loves strict handstand push-ups. Although in her division, she was allowed to do kipping, which is always a bit of a shame because I think it's totally right to have that adjustment for that age category. Yeah. But we just know Lee's capabilities and what she can do.
She would have dominated
even more.
Either or.
Yeah. So Lee Coates, who finished second in her age category at the CrossFit Games in 2022, a really dominant CrossFit Open, showing that she's still continuing to improve. She's still hungry and she's still getting after it. Wrapped up with first place victory on this final workout, giving her 3 first place victories over the 4 weeks. Miss Lee Coates, fantastic work on winning the female masters division. We move into our final category, that is the RX or the open categories. We're going to begin with the male. In third place, he's been hanging around here throughout the entire 3 weeks with some really, really strong performances. One of his best opens to date. He has won Malaysia, fittest in his country, 2 years in a row. And this year he has wrapped up third place. Mr. Jonathan Oi, who trains out of Brunei. He recently visited us for a process programming athlete camp, and it was really cool to actually spend some time with him.
Good lad.
Yeah, really good dude. And he's been working a lot on his mental game. He's been doing the sport of CrossFit for a really long time now, for 9-10 years. But I guess a lot of concepts on the mental side is quite new to him. And I know he used this Open as a chance to put a lot of those things into practice. So well done, Jonathan, on an awesome CrossFit Open. Moving into second place, Mr. Alex Younger. Al, You must have been licking your lips at this last workout.
Yeah, of course. If I could have picked 4 of my best movements, it would have been these 4 movements. I do want to say my capacity of holding a higher heart rate for a longer period of time isn't where it should be, but yeah, happy with being able to chip myself through this one. It was fun. It was really good. It was a really fun workout.
Well, yeah, executed it beautifully, finishing the workout on the money, on the dot after a rather aggressive weekend.
Yeah.
Lifestyle wise. So well done, Al. Wrapping up and edging out Jonathan by a point. I think we need some more shot running, lad.
Yeah.
And in first place, perhaps no surprises here. CrossFit Games athlete, 27th fittest man in the world, looking to get back to Madison, Mr. Ant Haynes. A very dominant performance over the 4 weeks. Didn't quite get the result I know he wanted on this final workout, which was to finish the workout. But he was away.
He also had a big weekend.
He was away doing some crazy stuff over in Dubai
Yeah.
with some competitions. So he ended up having 3 cracks at this one. Yeah. His last attempts coming straight off a 7-hour flight at about 5 a.m. this morning. Decided he wanted to give it one last go to prove to himself that he could do it. And unfortunately fell short of his target. But well done. You're looking in fine shape, my man.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing your next chapter of the season. Let's move into our final division, which is our RX Open females. And this has been really a battle between the top 4 throughout the entire 4 weeks. Megan, Robin, Adele, and Tammy have been kind of trading places over the 3 weeks, I should say. And we had some really dominant performances in this final week, some really actually amazing performances from our RX Open females, getting deep into that workout and getting to that last bar and even finishing or getting very close to finishing that last bar.
Yeah.
So honorable mention to Megan McDermott. She, again, has just coming back into competition after having children. So super cool to see her back in the arena. A bit newer to the process. I'm really looking forward to seeing her journey unfold over the next season and whatever happens to the rest of her this season. But in third place, she trains over at Bengkel Senayan over in Indonesia, in Jakarta. Robin Lee Wilson joined us from Athlete Camp, an awesome person as well. Again, just kind of getting back into competition now. So she's been super consistent and she's a very talented, hardworking individual. So excited to see where her season goes. She wraps up third place with 12 points. Al, in second place.
We have got Adele, Quinton, Page with 11 points on the board.
So sneaking her by a point.
Just a one-up.
She hit 4 snatches on that third bar, which was an awesome performance. Someone I think who in the past would really have struggled with those strict handstand push-ups has been super consistent with her training and was able to actually breeze through them really comfortably. And crushing 4 snatches at that third weight is super good. So well done, Adele, based over in Hong Kong, edging out Robin by a point. And in first place, we have our very own Tammy Robinson.
The big old score.
Yes, and Tammy has not really been doing CrossFit, let's be honest, for the last kind of 3 to 6 months. But it just shows what consistency and volume over years can actually allow you to do. She has all the skills. She moves very efficiently. She moves very efficiently. Perhaps not as strong as she used to be. And I think that's what she was a bit nervous about with this workout, was just not sure what she could do with that barbell anymore. She previously could snatch over 90 kilograms. But to see her hitting 3 or 4 snatches at that final bar and almost finishing a workout, having not gone anywhere near that heavy in a really long time, was pretty damn awesome to see. So there you have it, folks. The 3-2-1. In third, Robin. In second, Adele. And in first place, Tammy. And that now concludes the 2023 Process Open Throwdown. It's been fun. Thank you, Al, for joining me the last couple of weeks. Thank you for doing our throwdowns and showing the fans what it looks like to do some good CrossFit.
Apart from shuttle running.
Apart from the shuttle runs. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this for you guys, to all the athletes representing the process who are now moving on to next stages. Good luck. We have your back and we are there for you every step of the way. To everyone else, that is the end of one season and the start of a new season. Stay tuned. We have lots of information coming your way about how we're going to attack the 2023-2024 season. Until next time, folks, have a great day.